Are you struggling with setting up OAuth 2.0 in Postman? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a common issue that many users face when trying to configure their callback URL in the Chrome app. I totally get how frustrating it can be when you think you've done everything right, only to be met with a blank page instead of the expected results. This is a common hurdle for many developers, and you're definitely not the only one experiencing this. Let's take a closer look at the specific situation. One user reached out with a question about their OAuth 2.0 setup in Postman. They provided their auth URL, access token URL, client ID, and other details, but when they clicked Request Token, they ended up with a blank page instead of a successful redirect. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So, what could be going wrong here? The callback URL is crucial for the OAuth process. If it's not set up correctly, you might end up with that frustrating blank page. Let's break down the possible issues and how to fix them. Stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that can help you avoid these issues in the future. First, the user should verify that the callback URL is correctly set in their OAuth server. The callback URL must match exactly what is configured in Postman. Next, the user should check the settings in Postman. They need to ensure that the auth URL and access token URL are correctly entered without any typos. Then, the user should confirm that the client ID and client secret are correctly inputted. These credentials must match what is provided by the OAuth server. After that, the user should check the scope setting. If the scope is blank, it may cause issues. They should verify if a specific scope is required by the API. Finally, if everything seems correct, the user should try to clear their browser cache or use an incognito window. This can help resolve any caching issues that might be affecting the OAuth flow. Fun fact, did you know that OAuth was originally created to allow users to share their private resources without sharing their credentials? It's a powerful tool, but it can be tricky to set up. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution highlights that the original callback URL for Postman's Chrome app is outdated. Since Google has deprecated Chrome apps, Postman has also updated their redirection URL. The new URL to use is oauth.pstmn.io/v1/callback. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution from another user suggests changing your permission type. Instead of using authorization code, they recommend using client credentials. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative solution from another user suggests changing the grant type from authorization code to client credentials. They found that this adjustment resolved their issue. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests using the callback URL https:/app.getpostman.com/oauth2/callback for the implicit or authorization code grant types. This user found that it worked for them, but also emphasized the importance of configuring this URL in the application settings of your OAuth provider. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the callback URL h/getpostman.com/oauth2/callback URL. This may help resolve the issue with the blank page after submitting credentials. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always double-check your callback URLs and server settings before starting the OAuth process. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches. And there you have it. With these troubleshooting steps, you should be able to resolve the blank page issue in Postman. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on navigating tech challenges.